Hello everyone, I'm Aluminium Man, and here we have it, the launch War Table reveal. With the official release of Marvel's Avengers only days away, Crystal Dynamics have released their third War Table reveal, and a bunch of exciting information has come along with it. Now, with a recent tragedy, Crystal Dynamics made the decision to slightly alter the things that we were going to be shown in the War Table, a decision supported by us all. Now, whether we would have seen more content or just different content in general is something we don't know. But what I do know is we will get the time to experience all of the content when the game officially releases, and that it's important to take those moments to appreciate what we have. Something that's worthy of noting before we delve in deep is a few stats about the beta that was accessible only a few weeks ago. There were 6 million players recorded playing and a total of 27 million hours. That is huge numbers for just a beta as well. So I think right now we can assume that the player base of the official game is going to be massive. And of course, as we all know, more players equals more hype. And if there's one thing we love, it's a little bit of hype. So if at any point anyone's watching this feels the hype, don't forget to slap a like on it. Now, this war table has given a much better look at all the content we can expect from the start of this game going forwards, including the introduction of daily and weekly missions, hives, mega hives, secret labs, and events, and of course, an all new look at a brand new hero, which we, of course, will get to. But before we get to that juicy content, let's take a look at some of the daily and weekly objectives that give everyone the opportunity to win a ton of extra cosmetic and gear rewards to upgrade their hero roster throughout the game. With these being dynamic and constantly rotating, there will always be fresh objectives to work towards. Yes, objectives are commonplace in games, but for someone who's probably not wanting to spend a load of money on getting new cosmetic items, this is definitely the way to go. Events are quite similar in the same regard as they offer those same opportunities to acquire some exceptional rewards. They differ in one aspect, that being their exclusivity. These events only happen weekly or even seasonally, and if you miss them, you missed them. It's that simple. So always keep an eye out for these, which is probably why Crystal Dynamics have added them to the game, to constantly keep people engaged in the game and its progression, so people don't come in all at once, all at the start, and then die out. It's something ongoing that just is a little bit of fun. The announcement of seasonal events gives us a little insight into the future of this game. Now, whether these events have an impact on the overall game is yet to be seen, but to see occasional events popping up and influencing the bigger world is definitely something I would be excited to see. Now let's talk hives, mega hives, and AIM's secret labs. It would seem as though these additional modes offer the ultimate challenge in Marvel's Avengers, with mega hives offering an escalating onslaught of enemies as we work our way down level by level. It would seem that if you want to be successful in this, you need to be part of a strong team. Similarly, with AIM's secret labs, they offer a monumental challenge for only the bravest of heroes. Because of course, if all the heroes go down, the game over. It's like zombies. If you're down and you're out, game's over. So you really need to work as a team, which I think is a good way to structure it, because as we all know, Avengers together are unbeatable. Hence why they lost in Infinity War and then won in Endgame. So it's nice to see that they are really trying to bring together that sense of teamwork. In fact, I could be mistaken for thinking that an AIM secret lab is an Avengers level movie with a final battle amongst a ton of enemies to finish off with a boss battle. Who those bosses could be, well, let's just say it will be exciting to speculate on. We also get a little look at new locations, including the SHIELD Substation Zero. Now this looks as though it's going to be used as a way to introduce SHIELD and build it back up to its former glory. I like that in this game we're getting different outlets that will essentially bring in so much variety in terms of exploration, with the story and with the world building as well. So we've got this one outlet that will focus on SHIELD and their presence in the world, kind of like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., while we've also got outlets such as personal hero stories, which of course focus on specific characters, kind of like Netflix's Daredevil, and not to leave it out, but those bigger, longer missions such as the Secret Labs, which are more akin to, say, an Avengers team up movie. So I do really like that they're building different modes, different missions to explore the world in different ways, in different sizes as well. It's not just all about constantly going up against a horde of enemies just to button smash against. So it's focusing on that world building. You've got aim, you've got shield, maybe we might have sword popping up in the future, who knows. But now, let's talk about the main feature of the war table, Kate Bishop. Perhaps not the hero we deserved, but the hero we needed. No, actually, I don't think we needed her either, but I'm not one to throw shade, but if I'm honest, I was not expecting her to be revealed. I was thinking we would get maybe an Ant-Man or a Black Panther, two characters which are certainly more unique to the current hero roster, especially having Hawkeye already been revealed. I definitely did not think we would see almost an identical hero. Of course, going by the opening of the war table, we can understand that perhaps Black Panther could have been the hero we would see in, but for reasons, Crystal Dynamics thought it wasn't right to bring him in the moment, which I can fully support. Regardless of which hero you're going to bring into the game, when you do it, you've got to make sure it's big and it has a huge impact on the game. It does make sense, however, for it to be Kate Bishop, again, because of Hawkeye. So yeah, I know I'm sounding contradictory here, but I guess what I'm saying is I wouldn't want a similar character so soon, but it makes sense from a story perspective, which, as we all saw in the war table, her story seems to almost pair up with Hawkeye's story. In fact, her story could be what leads into Hawkeye's in-game introduction. Now, this part of the game is something I'm extremely excited to play because it shows us exactly where this game is going. This will be the first tangent from the main campaign we get with the main hero so far. I think it's really going to test for Crystal Dynamics how the growth and the expansion of the stories and the heroes will work. And actually, as I'm explaining this, I understand more myself now as to why we've got Kate Bishop as our new hero as opposed to maybe even Ant-Man, which, if you've been paying attention, we have actually seen him in the trailer and we've actually heard him speak a couple of times if you played the beta as well. Before we close the video out, I really want to touch on a key thing. It's a little thing that I found within the teaser for her story, and that is the portal that Clint walks through. And yes, I believe that is definitely a portal because we see Clint walk through it, it closes, and he's disappeared. That is the definition of a portal. So wherever that leads, not just physically, but where it takes the story, is going to create some new challenges for the Avengers. Because as we all are aware, AIM was not building fully functional portals. Heck, I don't even think Iron Man is onto that technology yet. So I'm curious as to see who it is who's behind it and where it's going to take us. Could we be seeing a potential new villain? Yeah, I genuinely think so. With new introductions of heroes, we get that new villains as well, and of course new regions. I doubt it'll be anytime soon or even a full introduction of a hero. It could be building up to it, putting in Easter eggs and teasers for that future. So all I can say is keep an eye on the game. You've got to keep up with the story, otherwise you're going to fall behind and have no idea what I'm talking about. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. I mean, it may not be a big threat, a big villain like AIM is, but it could be perhaps like Abomination. He showed up in one of the missions as we saw in the beta and in the official game as well, so we could be getting those smaller villains that still have an impact but aren't the overarching nemesis for the Avengers. All in all, this war table has placed the cherry on top of the iced cake that is the Marvel's Avengers hype train. After seeing that, I went straight into playing the game for a couple of hours because, of course, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition to get early access because, well, obviously. It's like I say, if you're going to watch the Marvel movies, watch the midnight release. But that will do us for this video. I just want to touch over the main things that we got in the war table and how that's going to affect the game when it comes out. But what did everyone else think of the war table? Is everyone pleased that Kate Bishop's the hero that we got? Are you excited to play as her? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, Hulk smash that like button and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all things Marvel's Avengers related. But for now, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.